Welcome to Tech TPLM, a place to master programming. Hello guys, welcome to Tech TPLM, a place to master programming channel where we discuss about HTML basic tutorial. So I want to remind you something before we begin the class. If you didn't subscribe this channel, please make sure that you subscribe it and press the bell icon to the right side of the subscribe button. This will make you like you will never miss a lesson in future. Okay, so guys, today we are going to talk about HTML headings. So how do we place heading on our web page? So why is heading important in your web page? So we should know that before we learn how do we place a heading. So there are several reasons why the heading is important in your website. Reason number one, it stimulates the searching process. Okay, you know what? There are some programs called search engines in internet. The giant, the biggest among them is Google. Okay, so one of the Google strategy to index your page is by analyzing the headings inside it. So Google understand your page is for a particular purpose by analyzing the heading. So if you are giving the catching headings about the topic you mentioned in your website, it will stimulate the searching. That means when the people search about a particular thing, like if it is that about your website, your web page will come to the front line. Okay, so reason number one, it stimulates the searching. Number two, user attraction. So think about yourself. When you visit a website, first of all, you will not read the complete content. You will be reading the main headings, right? So when you read the heading, if the heading is catching or attractive to you, you stay on that website. Am I right? Otherwise you leave that website and go for another one. So heading is important to attract the user. Number three, organize your page. So your page will be having with different contents, different sections. So each section, if you are giving a heading, so there is a good organization of your page, and people who visit your website will really understand what is it all about. Okay, now let's learn how do we make the heading. HTML heading tags. So HTML heading tag starts from h1. It's a container tag, so there will be a closing /h1 and till h6 is there. Okay, h1 to h6. Then when we write something inside the h1 tag, actually what is happening to that? So h1 to h6, what is the difference between these h1 to h6? They are having different sizes. Okay, now when we write something inside your h1 tag actually, or h tag, heading tags, actually what is happening to that content? They are by default in bold format. Okay, so headings are usually in bold format, right? So you don't need to do anything additional to make it bold. When you write something inside any of the heading tags, it will come in bold format. Okay, and you will use the first one like h1 for the most important heading, and h6, the last one, for the least important heading in your web page. Normally we follow that rule. Okay, so let's don't waste our time. Come, let's try it. So guys, as we discussed in the lesson, we are going to try the HTML heading types in using the Visual Studio Code. So last tutorial was talking about how do we install Visual Studio Code and do the HTML programming using Visual Studio Code. I hope you all listen to that video and install the Visual Studio in your computer. And now I have already made the basic structure of HTML code, which we already learned in lesson 1 of the video. Video lesson number 1. Okay, so I'm not going to repeat it again, like a doc type HTML head title, those things. So you already know all those things. Like, so I made a basic structure already. So let's place some headings like using starting from h1 to h6. Okay, so I'm giving h1. When you give tab, it gives me that tag. So that means, like, you remember I told you about Visual Studio is a very nice IDE, integrated development environment, which is having IntelliSense option. Okay, so I'm just giving English language. Okay, so H1 will show English language. Let me try now H2. H2 I'm gonna give French language. Okay, then I'm gonna try one H3. Let's see the difference between them. Then I will give Portuguese language. Okay, then I will go for H4. Then I will give Arabic language. Okay, then I will go for an H5. Then I will write Hindi language. Okay, finally I will go to H6. Then I will write what? Nice languages. I'm just giving some random words for this. Okay, so I'm making sure that I saved this one. So I click on File, Save, or even you can use the shortcut Control S. So we have all the headings H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Let's see how does it look like in the browser. So I'll go back to the place. You can see 01 channel Tech TPM. I stored it here. So I'm gonna open this one. So I go here to that folder and I double click on my Chrome. Okay, so here it comes. So you can see there English language. This is the H1, and smaller than that is French language. Then smaller than that is Portuguese, Arabic, Hindi, and finally nice languages. So you can see they are differentiated based on their size, right? H1 is having the biggest size, then H2, H3, H4, it goes on like that, and H6 is somewhat look like the normal text, right? Okay, so the most important section you will give H1, maybe the main title and the main topics you can give H1. Then the least important you will be using what? H6, and in between you can use 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, depends on your convenience. Okay, so this is all about heading types in HTML. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson, you understand the lesson. Make sure that you subscribe the channel. Okay, then make sure that you press the bell icon. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Next lesson will be about paragraph, thematic break, and line break. Paragraph, thematic break, and line break, next lesson. Okay, so I'll see you in the next lesson. Till then, bye from me. Bye, Tech TPLM.